Okay, here's something I want to ask you. And here's the thing. So how does your IMO or your broker dealer or whatever entity that you are working with understand how to provide services or initiatives or whatever it is they do for you without understanding where on earth your practice even is? Have you ever had this happen to you? Do you ever go, well, I don't even know. Yeah, it sounds great, but I don't know how that applies to me. Do you even know what's going on here? Yeah, so here's our approach at USA. This is the thing. Over the years of practice management and business refinement, this is what we've realized. So obviously I can't look back at all the thousands of relationships I've been in and advisors and teams I've worked with, but my team and I got together a number of months ago and said, hey, if we really kind of look back under the umbrella at where advisors have been, they're always in one of three phases, always. And we call this the road to practice actualization through the evolution of the practice. And there they are: acquisition, expansion, succession. And oftentimes they overlap. Here's how we build effective programs and processes at USA. It's understanding first where you are. And if there's something outside the three of these, I want to know what they are, but they not found it to exist. So a quick closer look: acquisition. And we might call this where we're building the thing and getting it off the deck. But, and that's true, new practices, but listen, client acquisition never goes out of style. And this overlaps throughout the three phases. Now, here's what I'll say. Each of the three phases comes with its own big time opportunities, but there's some challenges that have to be met. And so in the case of acquisition, it oftentimes is, how do we acquire new clients? How do we do it quickly? And how do we maybe, get highly effective and qualified clients right off the bat? There's processes to do that. And by developing your brand and so forth, and in previous presentations where we talked about the words matter, professional contrast, there's ways to definitely get qualified clients quickly. And we talk about stabilizing marketing budgets through effective marketing. Now, I hear, listen, you only have to be in the industry for 5 minutes. I've heard competitors of ours say, look, we're going to eliminate your marketing budget. Impossible. Remember, listen, that's just crazy talk. There's no way, if you're going to be in this business, to eliminate the marketing budget, but we can stabilize it. And we do that by acquiring those quality ideal clients early on. And what we start to see then is we're not getting referrals, we're getting introductions. And remember, the two highest moments of referability. Number one is at the onset of a new relationship. Clients recognize that it's different, it feels different. I've had this great experience with my advisor. I'm going to bring friends and family members over. So with those needs, you can see how it dovetails right into the solutions and the opportunities. And we will help you develop sustainable and repeatable processes in the practice right off the bat. Don't have to be years down the road. We'll duplicate your best clients, better yet, compel them to duplicate themselves. So from acquisition, then we're going to go to expansion. And fully 90% of the advisors that we work with today are in this mode. Now, this is where they've built something, they've got some really good stuff going on. These advisors and teams have built really solid practices. And so the needs here, the issues that we have to overcome are really, how many of you would say this? I spend so much time in my practice, I have little time to spend on the practice. So the needs here are creating efficiencies and creating scale. And we're going to help you to work on the practice. So, when we're talking about creating scale, a lot of our advisors will say, I'm at a point where I need to attract and get the junior. I need to get the partner. This is where we're going. This is how we blow the roof off the thing. And we also want to hire staff, the key client services relationship people, and those types of things. My question to advisors is, why am I joining you instead of the guy down the street? Why am I coming here? Well, you know what it is? It's the processes that we put in place. And when we do all of that, the need there to increase enterprise value, increase the enterprise value of the firm, we know without fail that we can do that. So the solutions are, you've grown the thing. You've got it up to a really workable, good practice. We've got to right size it now. How many of you I've got so many households, I have so many clients, I'm firefighting. That's common. So let's right size. We're going to do that by classifying clients, however you call it, AAAs, AA's, A's, silver, gold, platinum, whatever it is. And we're not talking about getting rid of clients. There's a respectful way to communicate to clients through an outward-facing service matrix, if you will, that, hey, we are providing services commensurate to the value that our clients bring to the firm. That's not unlike anything else in society. It's like a frequent flyer program. People understand that. They'll understand it in your practice, and we'll walk you through that step by step. And part of the efficiency creation then is not just the outward-facing service matrix, but it's what's internal. Who's doing what for whom and when? We'll build that. Because what we build for you through our programs at USA and the protocol division is the processes playbook. Get it out of your head. When it's in your head, you know what it is? Skills and experience. Valuable, but everybody has it. Vapor to paper. Let's get it out of your head. We're going to put it on paper. Do you know what it is then? It's an asset. And we're going to build that with you and for you. And then, of course, a lot of advisors. How many of you are familiar with the Pareto principle? Yep, the 80-20 rule. Somewhere around 80% of your revenue, give or take, is being generated by somewhere around 20% of your clients, give or take. You all know that I know that's an absolute in the business. We find that everywhere. And yet advisors tell us that we're servicing it just the opposite. That it's the squeaky wheels, the 20%, actually the 80% that are getting all the attention. Let's get that in order, and we'll do that. And then finally, you know, I said 90%, fully 90% of the advisors we're working with are in expansion. I kid you not, 100% of the advisors I talk to are thinking, I don't know if it's a generational thing, and I've been in this thing for almost 30 years, and all the people I grew up with now are thinking, hey man, what becomes of this thing? Succession mode, the succession phase. Here the needs are gigantic, but the opportunities are bigger. We have to ensure the value on multiple levels. We have to lock this in, not just for clients. Well, it starts with clients because they have to be connected to something outside of just their relationship with you. Second and third generation clients, how do they stay? Listen, you guys know the statistics better than me. I think last thing I read was when first generation money moves to the second generation, death or whatever it might be, what is it? 74% of inherited money leaves the advisor. You know what we found? That's an incredible statistic, but you know what we found? It's not a given. It doesn't have to be that way. So let's ensure the value. We want to connect the buyer and the seller. And what are the buyers getting from you? You're stepping away. We have to ensure that the clients understand the process that's in place and why they're going to stay outside of the connection to you. Same with the staff. Worst thing that can happen in a succession thing is to have the staff walk away when the business is sold. We need all of them to stay connected. So what we do is we create, listen, jot this down. People, below that, practice, below that, process. People, practice, process. Michael Dell, Dell Computers, Intel inside. All of you have the people. Steve Phillips, you have the practice. Phillips and Associates. What's your process? All of your competitors have the people and the practice, and indeed clients, they get that. That's how they describe you. What really creates the value is the process. Inside the big process, we create the repeatable efficiencies that become processes around agendas and appointments and hiring and team meetings and all the things that go on inside the firm. This is what creates an effective succession plan. And ultimately, competitor proofs your best clients so that the value for the purchaser or the successor is in place. And listen, if you haven't contacted us recently at USA Financial to find out what the legacy collection is, about what we do, about helping you create and identify the blue book value of your practice, it's amazing. So, acquisition, expansion, succession. Once we understand where you are and where you're going, now let's put the initiatives in place to make a difference in your practice. Everybody there? Good.